Hey guys, it's Murph16J here, and the wait's finally over. Imagine it. It's been 8 years. 8 years since their debut album in 2004. After countless pushback release dates, after problems with the RAM, after just problems with general mixing, after problems with funding, it's finally here. Wintersun's Time Part 1 is among us. I want to discuss with you why I think this album is incredible, why I think it's so epic, and we shall start by discussing track by track. The first track of the album, When Time Fades Away, it's their symphonic opening time, and I feel that it's greatly contrasting to their self-titled. I mean, their self-titled had Beyond the Dark Sun as their opening track. This one is When Time Fades Away. Now, Beyond the Dark Sun is a 2-minute long, fast-paced song, which will get you knowing the style of Wintersun before you even really listen to the entire album. This doesn't give the game away. When Time Fades Away does not give anything away of the album. What he has done, though, he's given the theme away. He's used Japanese melodies. He's woven these Japanese melodies around traditional Finnish and Wintersun style melodies to put them together, and that's created something truly epic and truly majestic, and it's set a tone for the entire album. I feel that when percussion are added in the first track as well, it gives a great momentum when it leads into the first epic song of the album, which is Sons of Winter and Stars. Now, what can I say about this track? This has become my favourite song of all time. It's such a good song. 14 minutes long, and straight away it will give you that feeling of epicness, majesty. It gives you everything you want from Wintersun. I mean, unless you don't like Wintersun, you're going to love this track. You're going to absolutely adore this track. It comes in 4 parts, the names of which I can't quite remember. They are Rain of Stars, Surrounded by Darkness, Journey Inside a Dream, and Son of Winter and Stars. Now, I feel that the opening couple of minutes are probably one of the strongest bits on the entire album. As they lead on from the symphonic stuff, they move into kind of a lighter style of the symphonic stuff, and Kai and Yari and the entire gang just explode into this full-fledged Wintersun attack, and it just grabs you by the ears and the neck. It just doesn't let you go, and that's how I felt when I started listening to it. I was sat here in my chair trying to take in the majesty of the entire album, trying to get myself into the mindset, and within the first minute of the track, the first minute of When Time Fades Away, I was there. But when the first drum beat comes in with Yari, with the entire gang, fuck, my face melted off my face, and now parts of it are on the floor, and I will clean that up later. But it's such an amazing track for that reason. It just gets to you straight away. Now, another thing I love about this track, it's the original melody, which is predominant from the first second of the track. It's used and incorporated and developed in the entire length of the 14 minutes of the track. And I think that's amazing how they've actually incorporated it into such a long song, and how it's not boring. I mean, imagine hearing the same melody for 15 minutes or so. You'd get a bit bored, wouldn't you? Somehow, they've used this melody, they've developed it, and they've reshaped it in such a way that it still sounds absolutely epic. 5th, 6th, 7th time listen through. Another part of this song that I love, the rhythms. Now, they have a little break between the opening bit and my favourite part, which is Surrounded by Darkness. And Surrounded by Darkness is the fastest part of this. I think it's the entire album, actually. It's probably the fastest part, and in my opinion, it's the best part. You've got that driving rhythm done by Kai's kick pedals, and you get the guitars, which are doing the same thing, and that moves into a very fast rhythm, which is played by Timo, I think. I think it's Timo or Yari, I'm not quite sure which one, but one of them plays it, and it actually gives a slower groove, which is pretty incredible to be at that tempo of riff and having that slower groove, and that moves into a faster speeded riff, and that just makes you want to bang your head like you've never banged it before. And that's why that, it's about 3 minutes 50 in. If you want to give it a listen, look it up and listen to it because it's fucking amazing. Alright, after that song, you have Land of Snow and Sorrow. Now, even though I feel that this track is actually amazing and all the tracks on this album are fucking amazing, I think that this one is the weakest, in my opinion. I think that even though there are great rhythms added by Team on the drums, by the counter melodies, I'm gonna stray off for a bit to talk about these counter melodies. The orchestration, I think, is probably the best in this song. Even though the orchestration in the entire album is completely majestic and gives that feeling of epicness, this song has counter melodies added by this orchestration, and these counter melodies really just paint a picture of a land of snow and sorrow, as it's put in the song title. The lyrics of the song also kind of paint an amazing picture. The lyrics and the way he sings and the way Jari sings them. I'm going to read a few actually. Alright. Far away there's a land of snow and sorrow. Time has made the frozen tears fall like rain from the starlit sky, and I feel so cold, I can't make it tomorrow. Oh, but the night will see where this path will lead my life. Now they're absolutely amazing lyrics. I've tried to write lyrics in this kind of style before, and it's really not easy. And I feel that to be able to write this style of music, which obviously is fairly complex at points and fairly just epic at points, it must be impossible to put these lyrics with this music. But he's found a way, and full credit to Jari, he's my favourite songwriter probably. And I think that even though this is the weakest track on the album, the way he changes keys, the way he changes melody, the way he adds different melodies, it's just actually astounding how he can actually incorporate all those different ideas to one song and still make it sound not too complex and still make it sound amazing. After this song, it leads into Darkness and Frost, which is the introduction track to Time. Darkness and Frost. Now, I feel that the band have been quite cheeky here and how they've actually put this song in the album. I went to see Wintersun a couple of years ago at Bloodstock, and they came on to a new introduction which I hadn't heard before. I watched quite a few of their live videos and they hadn't used this introduction before. They walked on stage to a new melody. This melody was repeated and emphasised and just generally got built up until everyone just bang comes in with an amazing Wintersun style sound. And turns out it was Darkness and Frost. I think it's quite Darkness and Frost, and actually the first bit of Time. Now I think that was quite clever how they incorporated that into their set, because I had no idea at the time what that was. I just thought it was a new introduction, and I wasn't going to hear it again. It's in the album, and I wanted to hear it for so long. There's a guy who did a cover of it on YouTube, Darkness and Frost, and I listened to that maybe 10, 20 times because I just wanted to hear that bit again, that intro track which I found so amazing, and it's been incorporated into the album really well. It's pretty cheeky, Wintersun, pretty cheeky. And now for the title track, Time. Using the melody from Darkness and Frost, it's used in the guitar part, slightly different rhythm change, with the guitars added, the bass, the entire thing, the entire caboodle added. And I was left in awe. I was sat here, speakers blazing out this music, full volume, sat here in my chair. Oh my god, I hadn't recovered from Sons of Winter and Stars yet, and I was just blown away. It was ridiculous how much I actually loved this song. These two tracks, Sons of Winter and Stars and Time, I think sum up the entire work of the entire album. They're two epic songs. I think all the songs are in their own right an epic song because of their length, but I think Sons of Winter and Stars and Time have that epic feel as well as it being an actual epic song. Once again, amazing orchestration. Jari has put a lot of time and effort, he's obviously put a lot of time and effort into the entire album, but the orchestrations especially. Apparently he hadn't done much work on orchestration, and now he's doing entire works, entire symphonic, that must take an absolute lifetime. For him to be able to crank that out is ridiculous. When he's working on such shoddy equipment, which he was, to be able to actually get something of this quality and that standard out is actually amazing. The solos in Time Part 1, I feel, are a bit less, aren't as apparent as they are in their self-titled, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think that they are meant to be a bit more subtle in this album, especially in Time. Time is where you hear the solos really, well, where I heard the solo, actual solos being incorporated into the song a lot more. And they were amazing, as in, obviously, all their solos, technical sweeping, tapping, just general shredding, and it sounds fucking amazing. But I do feel that solos have taken kind of a sidestep, a backwards step, and have let the orchestration come through a bit more. And I think that that's probably given the album, rather than having it kind of being a very technical work, given it more of a symphonic work and then more of a epic work, which I think they were going for in this album anyways. And I feel that at the end of Time, I think at the end of the track Time, that it leads on very well to Time Part 2. Now, my only couple of criticisms that I have of this album is that the guitars kind of subdued slightly. I want to hear them more. Even though the orchestration comes through, and that is awesome, you want to hear the guitars more as well. So that is one criticism that I have. And the second one, it's a short album. It's about 45 minutes long, I think. And you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks, including 2 symphonic tracks, which are introductions to songs. And it still leaves me wanting more. I mean, I'm not sure if this is because I'm a mad Wintersun fan, or because I just generally like music. I don't really know, but I want more Wintersun. Simple put. Now, I'm not sure how everyone else out there views it. I'm not sure if they view it as better than their self-titled or worse than their self-titled. I personally like it more. It's given me a new favourite song. It's given me a new favourite album. Because it used to be Carcass's Heartwork. Now it's this. It's my favourite album now of all time. Now, I'm not sure if this is because I have just been blown away because it's Wintersun's new album. I'm not sure if it's because of that, or because I've been waiting for so long that it's just I've kind of got here and I haven't allowed myself to become that's good, but it's not as good as this. I'm not sure if I'm hyping it up more than it's actually deserved, but I love this album. That's what you're going to hear out of me. This album is fucking amazing. If you haven't got it, or if you haven't even listened to it, pick it up and listen to Wintersun, because you owe yourself at least a little bit of chance to listen to something truly majestic and epic. See you in a minute, guys.